Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of the world's, the universe's, the multi-universe's greatest podcast, the motherfucking Heel Show, with me, Ashley Lamprey, and my dear friend, my brother from another mother, Eddie Law. How you doing, sir?
What's up, man? And just in case anyone's wondering why we're the best, we're endorsed by Jesus.
Yo,
I'm just saying.
I'm
I'm not even sure if that's true.
Lost like 1 million listeners, that were all Muslims.
Well, look, I'll tell you what. If we can somehow get a hold of Joe Osteen and tell him that Houston people will forgive him for his stupid shit if he promotes us, I think we'll make it.
We can make it if we try, just the two of us.
Yeah. Have you been watching any NBA preseason?
I've watched little bits and pieces because obviously I have to catch it on YouTube and stuff like that, so I only get to see little bits of it. I will say this though, apart from yesterday, we did quite well. If you're not aware, I'm a Bulls fan. Yeah, we suck now. Yeah, I get it. But we've actually done okay in preseason, so we've done quite well considering. Yeah, but it's been interesting.
Yeah, well, look, I'll tell you what, and just like 5 minutes ago, it was reported, Joel Embiid?
Yeah.
Yeah, he just signed a 5-year, $148 million extension.
Jesus.
Which means they're paying 140. He could get up to like $180 million in the end of the day. This is for a guy that can't stay healthy. Let's just think about that for a second.
Could you imagine if Khabib turned around and he was getting 50 million a fight, but he only fought once every 2 years?
Well, how much is Conor getting paid? I'm kidding. He fights enough. That was funny. Here's the thing. Here's the reason why I was it that post you were talking about, the title defenses post on Twitter?
Yeah.
Because the immediate. I don't want to say defense because it's not like you're defending Conor. Conor doesn't need defending, let's be honest, right? Yeah. But the immediate response to that, he doesn't defend the title ever, is, but he's rich as fuck. Like, I get it. Okay, fine, he got a lot of money.
My point wasn't that he's rich as fuck as if that's an accolade. That's that's not what my point was. It's so difficult to express what you mean over 140 characters.
I got it.
My point is at the end of the day, right, we've known fighters. This is why I didn't tweet anymore, because I was like, I can see the cycle, I can see the pattern, I can see the glitches in the matrix happening here. It's the same thing. Oh yeah, we got choked out though, bro. Dinny got beat by Mayweather though. Dinny.
Good point.
Right, okay, I get it. Right, cool. Right, let's get back to reality. The reality is at the end of the day, Conor has beaten people who, at the end of the day, nobody gave him a chance of beating. People, when he first came into the UFC, didn't think he was going to beat Brandao. People didn't think he was going to beat Poirier. People didn't think he was going to beat Holloway. Et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. We'll go through all that time. The other additional thing is that I always find really, really funny is the fact that this guy has beaten all these big names, as far as everybody considers Jose Aldo one of the greatest of all time. A lot of people said Eddie Alvarez was one of the the underground king and all this kind of other stuff. Everybody was riding his coattails when he first came into the UFC because he was a Bellator guy, underground guy and all this kind of stuff for Japan. Oh, cool. Anyway, every time Conor starts as one of these guys, there's no respect for it. And what amuses me most is I 100% agree. He should have defended his title by now. Completely and wholeheartedly agree with that. No question about it. But I'll say this. He doesn't get half as much of the hatred. And that's due to him being on top and making a lot of money. Yeah, I get that. But he doesn't get half as much hatred as guys who won titles and got popped for PEDs, won titles and, never defended it and disappeared off the earth, won titles and got beaten emphatically in their first title defense and never retained it. And he doesn't get half as much of the, disrespect as fighters who have never won a title but have been less entertaining as him, and they're still revered.
Okay, well, I get what you're saying. I think when people come up with the whole he doesn't defend the title ever, are just people that are just trying to bring him down for whatever reason. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, I was the first one, to say, look, I gave him shit with Diego Brandao. I gave him shit against Dustin Poirier. I gave Conor shit all the way to Jose Aldo. I was like, if he somehow finishes Jose Aldo the way he says he's going to finish, I know it'll be long overdue, but I will give this man the credit he deserves. 13 seconds later, I give him the credit he fucking deserves. I'm not going to sit here. You know what I mean? Huh?
It's hard not to.
I know.
People will consistently try, but it is hard not to.
But I had to give him his credit. I'm like, look, he just beat the best featherweight at that point in history, possibly still in history, right?
Exactly.
So I had to give you have to give him his credit. Look, his credit is fucking due, man. That guy, it's not like he just Chael Sonnen his way to being rich. He had to back it up more than Chael Sonnen did. Chael Sonnen talked his way into being rich, and then he at least showed up to fight, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. So I mean, look, you gotta give Conor his credit. That being said, I will give you shit every chance I get because it's fun for me.
100%. I do the same. You know what I mean? Like at the end of the day, anytime I see you post a Nick Diaz or Nate Diaz thing,
right,
I'll always give you heat for it.
Of course.
What it is. It just amuses me though that people's only little thing is that he's never defended his title. Hopefully, as we're going to allude to, if he does defend his title and say he wins or loses, this is the funny thing. If he defends his title and loses, people are going to give him grief forever. Oh, he could never defend the title. But you were mad that he never tried to defend the title. Now you're giving him grief because he couldn't defend the title. If he wins and he does, say beat Tony Ferguson, people will be like, he needs to fight Khabib now. He needs to fight Khabib. It's always going to be what's next. That's always going to be the problem with these these anti-Conor people in the MMA community. They're always going to be a what's next thing because that's just how it's going to be. And I understand it. If you don't like somebody, you don't like somebody. But the problem is though, is one of the things that I alluded to when I was having this conversation on Twitter with someone is, at the end of the day, he's made a boatload of money, which is what every fighter does that for. I don't care what anybody says. Nobody goes in it to, put on good fights and make no money. Because if they did, they'd be fighting in, bingo halls. You wouldn't be trying to just get into the UFC.
Right. Look, very few people do this. Look, everyone does it because they love it, but very few people do it just because they love it. There is always an end game to this, and it is, of course, to make the money. I mean, John Moraga was talking about it last night after he won. They were trying to get, who was in the cage with him? DC, right? No, not DC. DC wasn't there with him.
Yeah, DC.
Yeah, DC. He's trying to get him to say something like enthusiastic and everything, and John Moraga was like near tears. Because he's had such a shit road recently, and he finally had this like state. It's like he's made his statement in the UFC now with this win last night.
I agree.
He was super emotional about it. He just wants to get back. He's like, I just want to get back to my kids, man. I just want to get home. I just want to go home. And DC kept pushing and prodding, and he wasn't going to get nothing out of John Moraga. I'll tell you what, nobody can get anything out of John Moraga. If you in sparring sessions watching him, you can't get shit out of John Moraga. Like he's he's stone faced, right? At all times, super focused.
It's hard.
Oh, 100%. But in the post fight, in the back, how they do those like short little fighter interviews. There's some of the media that get up and go, chat. He said, "Hey, I needed money. I needed a fight. I was nearly broke." They're not doing this because they love it. They don't want to get. No one gets punched in the face just because they love it, unless you're a fucking psycho. All right, you get punched in the face because there's a paycheck coming behind it at some point somewhere. And so you got to give guys like Conor McGregor credit. Guys like, fucking Chael Sonnen, like Ronda Rousey. Hey, people don't give Ronda Rousey enough credit for doing what she did. Everyone's just like, oh, she was a fake the whole time. Was she a fake? Or was she just that damn good for as long as she could until she ran into, the next evolution of female fighter?
Exactly.
Okay? You got to give her credit. Hate her if you want. Oh, she's a bitch. She's this, she's that. She's stuck up. Okay. Conor McGregor is cocky. He's an asshole. He's stuck up. Okay. Nick and Nate are assholes. Okay. I don't agree, but okay. You know
they are to a degree. They're an asshole if you don't like the way they carry themselves. So they are in context. You can't say they're not because
and you just hit it a nail on the head right there is context. If you don't relate to them, you're not gonna like them. It's fucking bottom line. That's in fucking life, wrestling. I mean, pro wrestlers. I didn't relate to fucking Edge or Christian with their goofy ass shit. But goddamn was Stone Cold a bad motherfucker.
Yeah.
All right,
I've got a theory here as well, and this isn't. This is just what I've noticed from Twitter. I've noticed a lot of Americans, and this is going to sound really really harsh, but I've noticed a lot of different ethnicities that don't relate to Connor and therefore go after Connor, and that's one of the interesting things that I find, that maybe it is a demographical thing, that people don't relate to him because he isn't raised in the same kind of areas that they were, and maybe that's another reason why a lot of people in the States don't get behind Connor, because he is more palatable in a mainstream context because of the way he looks.
I'll tell you what, and maybe from the outside it looks different, but from inside the States, I can tell you that there's a shitload of people that didn't know they were Irish, went on Ancestry.com, found out they're like a 0.00001 Irish, and all of a sudden they're Irish and they're Connor fans. Okay, now, here's the thing. I'm sure this is like sports as a whole, but speaking, because I only know about the U.S. and Mexico, as far as like my expertise in that, there's a lot of bandwagoning going on, dude. If McGregor goes out and gets knocked the fuck out by Tony Ferguson, his real fans will stick around. But you're gonna get a lot of, oh shit, Cuckoo, he's the shit now. Oh, is that a McGregor cutout in the back? Nah, bro, it's not. It's not. It's not there. You don't see that.
So they're suddenly to become Mexican. Is that what you're telling me?
Everyone's gonna become Mexican real quick, bro. Hey, when Nate Diaz won, okay, look, I've been wearing represent gear for as long as you know me.
Yeah.
Right. Even before that. I mean, shit. I mean, there's pictures of me. You can check my Instagram. Way before we even got sponsored by them over at Crossbones. I was wearing their gear because I've been a Nate Diaz and Nick Diaz fan forever, right? So before that, people would be like, before UFC 196, 2 weeks in, someone saw me with one of my Nate Diaz shirts on. It's one of the older version ones, and they were just like, oh, Connor's gonna fuck him up. Connor's gonna fuck him up. No joke. 3 weeks later, the week after 196, oh man, Nate fucked him up, huh? And I'm like, oh, hold up a second. Come here, young man. Come here. What was all that shit you were talking last time around? What the fuck was that? So there's a lot of bandwagoning and front running, and it's just a lot of that. It seriously bothers the fuck out of me. And it actually is bigger in other sports, like with the Warriors now in NBA.
Yeah.
When's the last time you heard of a lot of Warrior fans? 07, 08, right? With those Baron Davis teams that fucking beat the number 1 seed in the playoffs, right? So now it's everyone's a Steph Curry fan. Everyone, I've been die hard, bro. I've been die hard. Like, bro, I can see the tag on your jersey. It says like,
I'm not even gonna lie. Like, prior to about 4 or 5 years ago, when obviously they all of a sudden became a big deal, I didn't even know where Golden State Warriors were from.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had no idea, because there was because bearing in mind that obviously I had a big gap out from watching NBA, because obviously it was no longer available to watch in the UK unless it was like at 4 o'clock in the morning. But the point being is like, there weren't one of the names that from when I was watching it, there was even remotely, a thing.
Yeah. No, look, with the Warriors, again,
I'm just going to mute my mic just 1 second.
Okay. Yeah, so it's just one of those things, right, with the Warriors. It's kind of insanity with the way people pick that up. So you got to realize this shit is just all bandwagoning. And it fucking applies to everything. Like, I guarantee you can go online right now and you can find a bunch of Ferguson fans that came out of fucking nowhere.
See, this is the thing. Like, we'll fast forward, because the thing is, I don't want to harper on that, because it's
right.
So just, I think that people at the end of the day are entitled not to like people. I 100% get it. But the irony is these people, in my honest opinion, care more about Connor than Connor fans care about Connor.
Yeah, and again, it's all about being part of the home team and the winning team. It's what it's about. Believe me. If you came here and just hang out, you spend like 6 months here, you realize that real quick. That it's just like, wow, people are full of shit and their stories all suck, for real. But as far as the Connor fans go, look, man, I enjoy going a good go back and forth with a Connor fan. I enjoy the fuck out of it, because I'll start off trolling and then I'll throw in some real points, and then I'll give the guy credit and they go, oh, they think I'm an asshole because I'm like giving him shit about Connor, and then at the end I'm like, nah, man, I'm just fucking with you. I think Connor's a shit. I really do. I'm a Connor. As far as like when he's not fighting Nate Diaz, I'm a Connor fan. Let's be honest. Like I like watching that dude fight. I will tune in that Connor fight.
Let's ask the question: Does Tony Ferguson get the next red panty night?
God, I hate to say this. I really do. Like, I hate to say this. I think he does, and I think he should.
Yo, you proper curveball me, swerve.
I really, I legit think he does, and I think he should.
Yo,
right? And look, here's the thing. At this point, what do we want? We want fucking. Everyone's bitching about the title defense, right? Conor McGregor's all about shutting people the fuck up. Let's get a title defense. Defend your title, and then go back to the Nate fight if you want to. But at the end of the day, they're gonna do whatever they want as far as money goes, right? I mean, for example, WME IMG. I think they just changed their name to Endeavor, something like that.
Really?
Did you hear about that?
No, but that makes me feel.
I saw a tweet about it. Let me make sure. I'm sure someone over at Clickbait's RS fucking probably like stole it from somebody. Clickbait's RS is MMA fighting. And for anyone that doesn't know, yo. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck about throwing their name out there. Fuck them. I swear I fucking sworn. You know what? I'm gonna fucking Google it.
Oh.
G and anyway, but regardless, they also did the Modelo deal. Bud Light is being replaced.
That's so crazy that you change your name to something like that.
They did. It's Endeavor now. Okay, so it looks like it's legit. Right. William Morris Endeavor to buy IMG. No, it's 2013. My bad. Motherfucker, someone Google this shit. Oh, no, it is Endeavor. Look, they've already changed their website to Endeavor. As you can see right there. So, all right, so that's legit. All right. That and they just Bud Light for what I'm assuming is a better paying fucking endorsement deal with Modelo, which by the way is a better beer. And it's a way better beer. Bud Light's fucking pissed. That's the shit you use for beer pong. That and like you guys have Natty Ice over there?
What?
Exactly. Natty Ice is the worst beer on the planet.
Yeah, all I know is I'm a bourbon drinker. I don't mess around with that fucking piss water. I ain't about that.
I stopped drinking beer regularly like 2 years ago. I had to. It made me like for some reason it gets me like feeling like total shit when I drink it. So now I'm like straight. I'm like whiskey. I'm whiskey. Yeah, I'm good with the actually whiskey's like my drink now. Like I will legit on the rocks mix with something. I don't even give a fuck. As long as it's whiskey, I'm good.
Yeah, I think the last time I had a beer was about 2012.
Damn, you've been out for a while.
Yeah, I was gonna say like over here it's a different culture though. Like you traditionally think that like a lot of English drink beers and stuff like that. Yeah. For the most part, we drink shots and everything pretty much. We're like, you know, when you hear about those, like I always hear like black comedians talking about like white people getting drunk and stuff like that, and they'll drink anything, they drink this and they drink that. Yeah, it's pretty much true. So I'm not gonna lie. It's what it is.
Hey man, college kids over here. That's what we did when I was in college. I drank everything. It was the dumbest shit ever. Anyway, but regardless, back to the original point, which was the Conor. No, we were talking about Ferguson. Should get the next title shot. 100% should. I hope he does. I just want to see. We've had enough chaos for a while. Let's get a little bit of order back in here. Okay, defend the title once, and then you can get crazy again if you want. But that being said. Real quick. That being said, I know Dana White's like, I think the Tony Ferguson fight's next. Good luck telling Conor what to do, bruh. Come on.
But the thing is, though, is with a good build-up, Ferguson and Conor could be real interesting.
100%. That being said, Tony Ferguson, if you get that fight, get Tony Hinchcliffe or somebody to write your lines for you. You're trash talking straight dog shit.
Word, but yo, just set him up as the creepy weird guy though. Build around that, like have him doing like naked cartwheels down Madison Square Garden or something. I don't know, like just have anything and everything.
Have Rogan hit up Eddie Bravo and be like, get Ferguson to like push that flat Earth thing. Just get him to do it. Flat Earth, Tower 7, all that shit. You can really sell the crap out of that.
I genuinely think if you have Tony Ferguson on the Joe Rogan podcast, I think that's the stepping stone, you know. I really do.
That'd be great. You know, why haven't they done that?
Because they don't do it with anyone. One of the ones that I'm amazed has never happened is the Joanna one. Amazed that they've never done one with Joanna. Because she actually speaks pretty good English.
Her English is way better than I thought it was.
Yeah. Like, I just think she could, you know, I'm not saying like a 3-hour one, but bear in mind, they did one with Dominic Cruz that was in like an hour and 20 minutes. Shit, get an hour and 20 minutes with Joanna, have the in-depth conversation, ask her the important questions, because why not?
You know the one that hasn't that I'm surprised hasn't happened yet is the Nick or Nate Diaz one, even though Nick and Nate have been on other podcasts quite a few times. Yeah. I'm surprised he hasn't gone on there. But the one that's gonna break the internet is if Conor McGregor ever goes on Joe Rogan's podcast. That will break the internet. You know that. That being said, you're gonna have to charge like $5. You got to pay like $5 pay-per-view on YouTube to see that shit. Did he ever go through with that shit? I heard he canceled it.
No, they did on the they didn't do it on the most recent one. That wasn't on pay-per-view, but the one that I went to was on pay-per-view.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yo, Conor made bank off that event. You have no idea.
Shit.
Yeah, people were paying like £1,200 to £1,500 to meet him.
Jesus Christ, dude.
The stadium,
damn it.
The arena we were in held 8,000 people, and the minimum ticket price was £50.
Dude, that's only Conor McGregor's fame is second only to Kim Kardashian's ass. Like straight up. Yeah. Only Kim Kardashian's ass is more famous than Conor McGregor. And that's because you can jack off to it. That's kind of it. Otherwise,
yeah, I'm hoping you're not jacking up to Conor McGregor. Stylistically, we'll break this down because I don't want to hear any talks of Khabib. I don't want to hear any Edson Barboza. I don't want to hear no Nate. None of that bullshit. When it comes down to Conor versus Tony, do you think that Tony has the tools?
I think the better question is, does Tony have the chin? Did you see yesterday or Saturday how many shots he took? I mean, straight, clean, like flush, heavy shots. And I get it. Kevin Lee hits hard. That's not a Conor McGregor shot. You know what I mean? Like Kevin Lee, strong as shit. Give no question about it. Could be just as strong as Conor. To me, it's the technique that makes the shot harder than it is all the muscle and power you think you're putting behind it, right? By example of that, go. Punch a fucking punch a pad, hit a pad, go hit pads with somebody, or hold pads with somebody, hit a pad, you know, what you think would be the right way, and then have someone teach you how to throw with technique. Hit it again and see which one feels harder. Okay. Huge difference. Not saying Kevin Lee doesn't have technique. I'm saying he don't have Conor's individual technique, but regardless.
The precision to power ratio, right?
Exactly. So my thing is this: if Conor lands on Ferguson, Ferguson's gonna feel it. Okay. So to me, the question is, does he have the tools? He has the tools, most certainly. Can he avoid getting punched and getting fucking jacked in the jaw a few times? I hope so. If he has a chance to even win that fight, because what Tony Ferguson is going to want to do, I think, is take him down.
But do you think he does that though? Because out of ego, I could see him wanting to stay stood up. I
could see it too.
That's my only concern with this entire fight. I think Tony Ferguson is the overall more well-rounded fighter. That's me being completely honest, being completely diplomatic. I genuinely believe he has the overall better ratio in every different aspect of mixed martial arts. The problem is for me is I genuinely believe with enough talk from Conor, Ferguson is going to want to stand and bang. And he's great on feet, but like you say, is he good enough to take that shot? Is he good enough to avoid that shot?
Yeah, and again, I think he is. I think the ego is what made him take those shots from Kevin Lee. You get what I'm saying? Like, there was times during that fight, and I rewatched it yesterday twice because I wanted to see if I could see any other way that Kevin Lee could have finished that fight. Because I thought he had Tony Ferguson pretty fucked up at the end of that first round. I thought he was going to take that fight, and when the horn sounded, going off of what was clearly staph infection. By the way, that was obvious. We all fucking knew it.
Foul.
And it was a bad staph infection. It's literally when it looks like that. From what I've seen, okay, just my experience. From what I've never had it, but I've seen people have it. That where it was like this close to tearing open. That shit was gonna be a fucking open sore real soon. So I'm surprised they even let him fight, but whatever. But going off of all that, as soon as that round ended, I'm like, oh shit, Kevin's kind of fucked here. He's gonna be gassed. But I did not think for a second that Tony Ferguson was gonna eat the shots that he did. I mean, he got straight fucking straight punch.
There was some that he was getting jacked.
Yeah.
It was weird though, because like I'd seen somebody post on Twitter. It was a random. I don't follow him, so unfortunately I can't give you credit. But they were showing a little small clip, and it was two videos that they had, two separate tweets replying to each other, and one of them was showing that he likes to throw that single straight as Kevin Lee, and when he throws it, he doesn't take his head off the center. And it showed him landing it, and then it showed you at the bottom. The reply was, it's a great shot that he throws, but will he be able to take back the retort from somebody who's a versatile striker?
Well, you're talking about Kevin Lee or Ferguson?
Kevin Lee. Kevin Lee likes to throw
that
straight down, that cross.
Right.
He likes to throw that cross, and he keeps his head on the center line. He doesn't move his head at all, so he's susceptible to getting hit back. And it was kind of interesting. So.
Which would be a huge problem had he won this fight, and was he going to get Conor? My first thing would have been like, he's getting knocked out.
No,
like if if you would have told me if Kevin Lee would have won, he would have been like, hey, Kevin's going to fight Conor next. It's the next fight. Who wins? That'd have been like Conor first round, fucking maybe 3 minutes in. It's like, why? Kevin Lee doesn't move his fucking head, and that bothers the fuck out of me because he had a lot of shots too. Like on Saturday, he had a lot of shots he didn't need to eat.
That stepping elbow from Tony Ferguson was fucking dirty. That
shit was expert level Muay Thai right there. That was beautiful. I fucking goddamn, that was some crazy shit. But again, back to the ego point. I think that's why he ate so many shots from Kevin Lee. I think he wanted to basically show him like, hey, I can take whatever you got. And I don't. For example, if I'm Eddie Bravo, I don't want him doing that shit for any reason against Conor. And Eddie Bravo is like a huge, going off the Rogan podcast and all that. So I think Bravo's going to tell him, like, you need to not get too crazy with this shit. But if he lets his ego get in his way, like Eddie Alvarez, for example, his game plan, what was his game? His game plan, he said it afterwards, was, wrestle, but it was also get away from the power, the left side, go spin the other way. You laterally move the other way, right? Instead, he ate a couple of shots, was like, oh shit, went, auto mode and went right into Conor's power to where me and you were watching, and we're probably both like, well, it's a matter of time now. Like, he's going the wrong way, So I wonder, man, what do you think? You think Ferguson is going to want to stand with Kevin Lee? Like, not Kevin Lee, with Conor?
I think that I personally think that it all depends on the build-up to it, because I'm going to say this: if they do a Jose Aldo big press to try and really make people interested in this fight, that's a lot of time for Conor to grate on you. And I don't think there's anybody better in the business or ever has been at somebody who really can get under your skin that much that you just can't get your head around wanting to punch him in the face. It's so hard because even Nate's not had to deal with that. Nate did like 2 little press conferences, granted, but it's not the same. Do you know what I mean? Like, when you do those big long tours and you do those big promotions, like the Madison Square Garden one, it was probably 3, 4, 5 times bigger than what was even done for 202.
Here's the thing, and remember that first press conference in Mayweather McGregor one? The first one was in New York?
Yes.
Am I right on that, or LA?
No. Yeah. Was it?
Okay, the one where he came out and he was dancing on stage because he had no fucking clue what he was doing.
No, that was I think that was the LA one or the Vegas.
Okay, yeah.
Because
it was the LA one.
The last one was the New York one, because that's where he did all the biggie stuff and it got stupid.
Okay, yeah, it was the LA one then. Because Conor came out, looked confused, ended up dancing around until they stopped his music, and Mayweather walked out. And then afterwards, I believe I heard him admit that it was a bit much. He was like, "Oh shit," like I didn't know what I was doing. I just went out to start dancing, like I didn't give a fuck, just like a Conor answer would be. But you could tell he's not rattled, but he was a little taken aback, like, holy shit, this is way bigger. Like, we just literally filled up arenas to hear us talk for 20 minutes. That, flip it the other way. You're Tony Ferguson. You've never seen anything like that before. Now you're now you're gonna enter. Let's say they're not gonna do a world tour for this one. I highly doubt it. But let's say they do like 2 or 3 stops in the States, right? LA, New York, depending where
go to Mexico, get that kind of, push the whole boundaries and whatnot.
If you try to, you go ahead. Yeah, I mean that's not a bad idea. Even in Mexico, I guarantee there's more Conor fans than Tony
I don't
fans.
dispute it, but the thing is, though, is you can at least and try and get that market. That's my point.
Sure.
You've got
That's
to
a good point.
validate that market. That's what I'm saying.
Right. No, that's a good point. No, but the thing is, when you're Tony, and you go into that fight, into that press conference, and you have thousands upon thousands saying "Ole, ole, ole, ole," and there's only one Conor McGregor, and booing every time you take a breath. You know what I mean? That's gonna fuck with you mentally. It fucked with Jose Aldo. You could tell. You know what I mean? It fucked with. It didn't fuck with. Yeah. It didn't fuck with Nate because Nate's one of those human beings that legitimately does not give a fuck. You know what I mean? It fucked with Eddie Alvarez. You could tell because Eddie Alvarez got nervous, started spewing whatever he could, kind of like say like, "Hey, see, it's not bothering me. It's not bothering me." Just saying whatever he could, throwing chairs and shit just to put it to illusion. But you could tell, look, it will fuck with you and thousands of human beings once you see you get knocked the fuck out.
It's gonna be one of those things that like I just hope that we get that fight, because I was talking to my friend about this the other day, and I was saying to him that as a purist, yeah, I want to see him fight Ferguson. Like that's it now. I just want to see him fight Ferguson. I don't want to see him fight Nate. If in my heart, the only fight I want to see with Conor fight is Edson Barboza. That's the only fight I want to see.
Conor against Edson?
Yeah, Conor and Edson, stand at war, clang and bang, kicks, punches, all that good stuff. Do you know what I mean? Like, just as a fan, just for my own personal amusement, I want to see who is, the better striker, the best striker in the division. Who is it? Is it Conor? Is it Edson Barboza? That's just my opinion. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, the problem with Edson Barboza is that he's not, and I hate to see it because everyone uses this shit for everybody else. He's not marketable.
Yeah, but he's not even, he's not even in the discussion because, he's just not in the discussion.
He'll never be either. Yeah. He'll never be. Unless the only way I see him ever being like in a discussion if he somehow, I don't know, smacks Conor's old lady in the ass or something like that. Like he has to do something big.
Disrespectful.
That's exactly what I'm saying. He's gonna have to. He'd have to fucking go out of his way to piss out Conor McGregor.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Like
I know it's interesting to see, dude. But what I always thought was gonna end up happening? I thought for sure Conor would have dropped the belt and just to say fuck this belt. I just want to do big fights. Where you at, Tyron Woodley? Where you at? Nate 3. GSP. Where you at, Nick? Fuck it. Huh?
Imagine him fighting GSP.
God, I don't want to see him fight GSP at all.
Yo, I don't want
to see GSP fight Bisping.
Same. I'm with you.
You know what I mean?
Coming from the Englishman, I don't want to see Bisping fight fucking. I don't want to see him fight him all. It's just, it's a retirement fight. It's an exhibition. Let's be honest. It is what it is. At the end of the day, Bisping's already defended his title once. He'll defend it again. Then he can ride off into the sunset, get his eye fixed, be happy as Larry.
Yeah, look, man. I tell you what, I don't know. Because I always look ahead, right? When I'm doing stuff in my own personal life, when I achieve something, it's never been like, all right, cool, I'm here, we're good. It's always been like, what's next, right? So that I apply to the mindset that I have. So it's like, let's say Conor beats Ferguson, as I think he will. Okay, let's say he beats Ferguson. Then what? The Nate fight? Okay, but then what? You're gonna need someone to come up, someone big to come up, huh?
Let's say Khabib.
It's not gonna be Khabib because Khabib can't make weight.
I'm just saying though, like the problem is it'll always be because he's done so much, and because he's at the pinnacle of where every mixed martial artist wants to be. It'll always be the envious thing of, well, he needs to do this. 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 You know what? Honestly, if I'm him, I take this fight. If I win or lose, if I lose, maybe have one more fight just to wrap up the Nate thing. But if I win, I walk. I'm gone. I'm done.
Are you a little surprised he hasn't walked already?
Well, we don't know if he has or hasn't yet.
Well, right, but let's just take it as today. There's been no announcement that he's retired. Are you surprised that he hasn't walked away?
No, because it was like a right pussy move, wasn't it? If you turn around and you were just like, Tony Ferguson wins.
He would, yeah.
I mean, like,
he jump on that. Yeah, Ferguson start talking shit immediately.
Oh, you'd have to. Like, yeah. Come on. Like, that'd be the first fucking Ariel Helwani fucking, all of a sudden, we're live in MMA Hour in 20 minutes. Like, we've got Tony Ferguson on the line. Do you know what I mean?
You give Tony an hour to just blab his weird shit. Does his trash talk make you cringe a little bit? Because it gets me a little bit. When Tony talks, like, hey, McNuggets, where you at, motherfucker? And I'm like, what? Bro, time out. Real quick. Everyone's using McNuggets already, dude. Fucking work on some shit. Go talk to Joe Rogan and be like, hey, bro, I need some help.
I think the problem is, though, is some people, the doers. You know what I mean? So when you try and talk shit, it's just cringy. I think you know what? I think unless you're that kind of guy, you can't talk shit. I think you need to be one of those guys who, when you're in a group of friends, there's always that one guy who's the roaster.
Yeah.
He's not the roaster. He's the guy who stands in the back and he says something sideways at the side of his mouth and his friends laugh because they're fucking scared of him. That's what he is. He's that guy. He's that guy in the group who says something who's not really that funny. But he's the hardest one in the group, so everybody's like, it's not funny, though. He's the guy who you turn around and go, yo, you'd be really good at stand-up. He goes and does stand-up, and everybody just absolutely blitzes him.
And he bombs.
Yeah.
By the way, if your friends tell you, you're so funny, you should be a comedian, don't do it, please.
Is that coming from personal experience?
No, it's not. No. I did it without people telling me that shit. And I did it in college for a while, and I was god-awful. Like, I was bad, dude. The first time I went on stage, it was for a 5-minute open mic. And that's a long time for open mic, by the way. For the first timer, that's a shit. Dude, 5 minutes felt like an hour, okay? I ate shit, okay? I got booed out of a college diner. All right, dude? That's how bad that was, okay? I was so traumatized. I went home. I went back to my dorm. I got trash drunk. Then I got stoned out of my mind. I didn't sleep for like 2 days. And I fucking wrote a bunch of new material and then went back like a week later and only got booed a little bit. Basically, I went back enough times to where I didn't hear any more boos. Then one time I got a bunch of cheers and laughs and I was out. I was like, all right, cool, I'm retiring now. I retire on top. Fuck this shit. I'm not, you know what I mean?
Fuck. All I'm saying is this, at the end of the day, I do find it cringy, yeah, but I think it's because some people think he's funny. And that'll be the friends that, he's funny because he's the tough guy. He's not funny because he's the funny guy. It's just not. It's some people. I've said this so many times. I think some people don't need to go that route.
Yeah, I just went to the video right now, and there's a bunch of comments. Joey Tremendous is watching. So is Liam Hughes. What up, fellas?
Shout out to you guys.
Yeah, they're talking about Cody and TJ. Oh, they're totally going off topic. Yeah, it's all good. Thanks for watching, fellas. Oh, here's a good question. Just real quick before we get back to it. Joey Tremendous, I think he was asking Liam, but he says, and Liam answered with no. But Joey says, or asks, would DJ versus TJ draw? Yeah, I'm with Liam. TJ versus DJ.
DJ versus TJ.
Right. DJ versus TJ. Right.
Because he's the champ. So let's just put that into perspective. The champ's name goes first, motherfucker.
Right. Good point. Yeah.
I hate when people do that. When if somebody says, "Oh yeah, what would happen to Tony Ferguson versus Conor McGregor?" It's like, no. You don't understand. Yeah, you switch the names around. I noticed that when they did that with the Conor McGregor Eddie Alvarez. At first, I remember one of the first posters had Eddie Alvarez's name first, and then the next poster I saw didn't. I was like, right, we're back to normality. I personally. That fight does nothing for me.
Really?
Right. Hear me out. As a purist, it'd be an interesting fight because they're both very technical sound. I still think DJ's a little bit. Right. I will put this better. I think Mike Mouse is a little bit more technical, but. The thing is, for me, is if Dominic Cruz can beat TJ and can get away from him and can be elusive, what the fuck is Mike Mouse going to do? he's going to be a ghost. He's going to be smoke. He's going to be any and everywhere. Like, I can't imagine TJ being able to catch DJ if he can't catch Dominic Cruz.
Right. I think you're probably right. The one thing he won't be able to do is that baller ass fucking suplex to an armbar this motherfucker pulled on Saturday. Dude, that was so goddamn impressive. But anyway, regardless, he would. I think if we got to the grappling point, I still have to give the edge to DJ, but not by a lot because of the size difference. I think TJ's bigger, right?
But so was Ray Borg this weekend. I know he obviously killed himself to get to the weight, but in fairness, if they fought at catch weight or if it was at 125, TJ is going to have to kill himself to make 125. Let's be completely honest.
TJ 125. He already has a hard cut to 135. So you want here's the theory real quick since we're already off topic. Fuck it. You tell me what you think about this. I don't believe for 1 second that TJ was ever willing to cut to 125. I don't think that was real. I think that was bullshit by Dana.
What do you mean? So how would he have fought for the 125 belt?
I don't think that was even. I don't think that was ever a thing.
I think that he would have. Right, I put it this way. I think that he would have made the fight, said it'd be at 125. I think it'd have got down to 130, and he'd probably said, "Fuck it, I'm going to leave it," because TJ, being the larger guy and not having to cut as much weight, could have a good opportunity against Demetrious. And if Dillashaw was able to get the victory, in a way, it taints Mighty Mouse's title defense streak because he's lost in between. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It kind of kills off the invincibility once you see somebody get beaten. So, for example, right, Conor can never be the guy who's, able to turn and say, nobody in the world can beat me, nobody in the world can, because we've seen him get submitted and we've seen him get TKO'd. Obviously, fair enough, it was in a different spot. But the point being is he can't turn around and say, I'm indestructible, I'm imperviable to pain. Can't do it. He can't turn around and say, nobody in the world can submit me. He can't say these things. Whereas Demetrious, nobody can take this belt away from me. Nobody can beat me. I'm the greatest in the world. I'm the best pound for pound fighter in the world. Now, if he'd have fought, and even if the title wasn't on the line because, he couldn't make weight, if he'd lost to Dillashaw, that whole momentum's gone. It doesn't matter about, the 9 other fights before.
For sure.
The momentum's gone because he's lost. Did he lose the belt? No. Can he keep on defending it? Yes. But there's the question mark. Could he beat Dillashaw at 125?
I don't know, man. Here's the thing. To me, that whole thing was garbage. That was even. I don't even think the fight was on the table. I think that was just Dana White trying to draw DJ up to 135. Which, by the way, let's talk about that. Does he move up now? Because what's next? What else could he do? What else can he do? Huh?
Sergio Pettis?
Well, that's what I think is next. I think that's who he's gonna get next. But then what? Like what? Henry Cejudo again?
Hey, how about some Kung Fu Henry Cejudo with the fucking Taekwondo stance, bro? Yo, I'm not mad at seeing that. I still think he gets lit up like a Christmas tree. But the point being, still be fun. But I see where you're coming from. I can understand him going up to 135. There's only one fight for me. There's only one fight for him, and it's him and Cody. Cody's the only fight.
I like him and Cody, and like 1A and 1B for me would be him and Cruz. If Cruz was able to get the title back, maybe.
I wouldn't even mind them just having that fight. Have that fight just to be like.
Because I think if you offer that fight to DJ, I think he jumps at the chance to get that win back.
I think that would have been the fight that would have been made if he hadn't have lost to Cody. Yeah. I think that fight had happened. Yeah. That'd have been That'd have been the money fight. 2 champions, one that's, you know, been undefeated, one that, you know, the last ever person who was able to defeat him was him, you know.
Dude, you remember that fucking Cody cruising Cruz? That was so crazy.
It wasn't even just that. He was literally catching him wherever and whenever he wanted.
When's the last time we saw Cruz get dropped with a punch?
When was the last time we saw somebody literally slip and crack Cruz to the point where he's looking down at him like, even Cody was just like, it's not your night tonight. It's not your night, sir.
Oh man.
Even he felt awkward. You could tell because he knocked him down. He was like,
God, I'm hoping like fuck Cody's healthy enough to fight this TJ, to fight all that 100%, like, you know, full effort. I don't
think he will do because he had that
he had the back injury.
Yeah, he went to Germany though, and he had that
Did he?
I think he had stem cell, I think.
Yeah, that's smart. By the way, you can do it in the States now, Cody, but I guess Germany might have like a higher quality one.
There's a place in Germany where a lot of footballers and basketball players go.
I know Kobe went to there. Kobe went there for sure.
Yeah, there's a load of like football players that go as well. So personally, I think he made the right choice. You know, I'd much rather go, you know, 8 hours on a plane to a place where I know that my body's going to get fixed properly.
Yeah. Liam says, as far as Demetrious Johnson, now he goes for 15 title defenses.
Yo, he ain't doing 50. Was he on now 11? That's 4. So that means he's going to fight once every 4 months. Nah, he ain't fighting for another 2 years. I don't mean he's not going to fight again.
But that's a good question. How long? He's got to take some time off. He's probably going to want to take some time off, right? Yeah, he had a 12-week fucking camp because Bohr couldn't make weight last time. Or got sick. Sorry, he got sick last time. Right?
Say that again, sorry.
So I think DJ's gonna take some time off, like a few. I don't think we see DJ until like halfway through next year.
I think we will see him for like spring. I think we'll see him in the spring. Yeah. Okay. I think though you've got to take into account like all that pressure that's been on him. But how competitive he is, you know, this is the thing he was talking about in training camp. He was working on a German suplex into an armbar.
Yeah,
he's looking at glitches in the Matrix, bro. He's looking at things that, you know, people don't look at. And I think that he's that much of a competitor. He wants to get back in there because he enjoys what he does. It's not like he's doing the same old. We're listening to him turn around and saying that he's working on crazy shit to work on in fights because he's already that good at the basic fundamentals of everything.
Yeah, dude. I don't know. I mean, that guy's so far ahead. Just like you were saying, I'm so far ahead of everybody right now.
I have to admit, when John Jones came back and he finished DC, a part of me was like, right, John Jones is the GOAT. Because he finished someone that had never been finished. And then when you see the dominant display that DJ put on, there's nobody in that division that's near. And I'll go on a limb here, right? People always say like, yeah, but that doesn't make him the pound bar. He has to fight people bigger than him. So did John Jones ever go up and fight against, you know, like Cain Velasquez? No. Did he ever fight against Alistair Overeem? No. Why do we consider him the GOAT then? Because people are saying Demetrious must do this now because he's cleaned out his division. Who gives a fuck if he's cleaned out his division? That's a fucking accomplishment within itself. It shouldn't be a handicap. We shouldn't be going, yo, he's got to move up now to prove he's the best. Hold on, motherfuckers. He's just done that.
God damn it. Liam wants to get me killed. Liam says, I want to see Eddie roll with DJ. It would be like an old pride fight, big versus small. This motherfucker would crawl around my back like a goddamn spider monkey and choke me out, okay? I'd be fucking dead in like heartbeat.
I'm not going to lie, Eddie, you're going to have to pull guard.
I might have to pull guard. And then he says, John Jones fought 4 middleweights. Huh.
Yeah, but that's going down. You know what I mean? Like, let's fight people who are naturally smaller, though. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I get you. No, I see what you're saying. No, like, these smaller people, but okay. Well, look, as far as the DJ thing goes, so we can put a nice little bow on it. Is he, or did he prove, or was he already before he fought like on Saturday night? Do you think now he's cemented himself as the greatest fighter on the planet, or greatest of all time?
I think the all-time thing is always going to be based on your opinion of what is entertaining to you. So if you said, right, hear me out. If you said Conor was the greatest of all time because you were entertained by all the promos, all the drama, all the Hollywood movie-esque stuff, fine, you're entitled to think that. You're wrong. But but the thing is, though, is you're entitled to think that. You look at Matt Hughes, GSP, you know, these guys wrestle fucked the shit out of people.
Yeah.
If you're a big grappling guy, you're entitled to say, you know, those dominant displays, you know, entitle you to say is the best ever. Anderson Silva knocking people out with stupid matrixy crazy stuff. Awesome. The thing is when it comes to the best in the world alive right now, I don't think it's a fucking question, because he's dominating the people that are in his weight division and he's manhandling them. He was literally 2 or 3 steps of everything Ray Borg did. Everything. There wasn't, literally, as soon as every time he went for that guillotine, steps over to side control. Every time, within seconds. It was just everything he did, you know, everything from the clinch when he was, he couldn't get his underhooks. So he'd throw a knee, and then he'd go for one underhook just because he was creating that space, because he knew that one time he was going to have to guard his body at one point was Ray Borg, you know. And then when he started seeing that he wasn't defending those hooks, he started to take the back to Demetrious. And then, you know, we're looking at a guy who systematically, what was it, 120 significant strikes to 12, right, or something like that?
22. It was like 172 to 22 significant strikes, some ridiculous number. And then I believe DJ passed guard 19 times. 19 times, bro.
I'm just saying, at the end of the day, as far as the best in the world that's never had any controversy, there's no question marks. And this is the same reason why I always say Joanne is the greatest women's fighter in MMA history, because there's no question marks. There's no asterisks. There's wins. Convincing wins. Demetrious is the pound for pound greatest fighter on planet Earth right now.
I'm with you, 100%. 100%. Real quick, dude, because I just saw this shit on Instagram, and I saw it yesterday, the day before, but it just popped up on Instagram right now. Again, do you see that cat over at Pancrase that weighed in, and they literally had to carry him onto the scale?
Yo, I'm not about that life.
Did you see it though?
Mm-hmm.
And then they let him fucking fight?
Apparently, they don't do a check on you, do the doctors, till the day of the fight. So even if you've nearly died, as long as you're okay for on the night, they don't care.
Dude, his like, Jesus fucking Christ, his corner has to balance him out and then do this. He let him go like this. So they got his weight and then he caught him again.
Did you see that that cat who was a fan and he was at a Brazilian show and he ended up fighting for the title and won?
Yeah, I saw that shit. It was great.
No, it's not great. Where the fuck is your fucking athletic commission, bro? Like,
well, that was Brazil. Brazil's crazy. Brazil's crazy. So you understand it. If someone jumping, yeah,
some WWE bullshit that right there. Like, oh, this random guy in the audience is gonna fight. Like, all right then. Like, come on, that's fucked up.
That is fucked up. It's a good point. Still, it's pretty crazy that you just say, hey, you want to fight, dude? Yeah, fuck it. Give me that belt.
Yo, imagine you were just chilling, like you went to UFC 217 and your ass is in the fucking audience and then just like, yo, we need a 205 already. You know,
I'd be like, how many zeros are on that check?
Yo, you're getting $10 and a hot dog, bro.
Nope, not doing it. Not doing it. Not doing it. Ozdemir? Nah, fuck that. For the right money, I fight DC or John Jones. I don't give a fuck. Kidding me?
You get fucked with a big black dick by John Jones.
I'd be fucking dead. Yeah, he'd probably just laugh at me trying to hit him.
He gets so many dick pills on and he just ransacked you.
Oh god, to be raped, to be fucking sad. That'd be the saddest thing you ever seen on TV ever.
It would be because you'd have to pull guard as well.
I'm not shooting on that guy. It's fucked up. I guess,
no, he's shooting on you, bro.
Yeah, clearly. Anyway, but yeah, that's fucking crazy. What else happened at two fucking 16? This is funny. Yo, Verdum armbarring Walt Harris is the most unfair shit I've seen him in a long time.
That felt like if I rolled with you, it just didn't look fair.
It was not fair. Walt Harris went in there thinking he was gonna haymaker his way into a win, and Verdum was like, "Yeah, okay, sir, give me that arm. I'll take that arm, thank you. Oh, I'm not taking your back. I'm taking your arm."
That was so slick, but it was just like you could just tell Walt weren't like.
Well, dude, I was doing play-by-play on it while I was watching. I'm like, okay, he's not taking yeah, he's gonna take his back. You're right. I'm like, he's going for that arm, and everyone sitting was like, no, he's not. I'm like, watch, he's gonna go for the arm, and then arm bar, and they're like, why? I'm like, it's easier to get than the rear naked choke, my opinion, especially in a big guy. When there's a lot of fucking arm there to take, a shitload of arm.
It's a lot easier when you're considering there's less defensive things you can do for an armbar compared to a rear naked choke. Like you can tuck your chin, you can put your arm at the side of your head. There's various different things that you can do to try and block a rear naked choke. When somebody grabs hold of your arm and it's in that kind of spiderweb-esque position, you're fucked. Like you're fucked. Oh, P.S. by the way, shout out to Lils who does all our videos, by the way, cuts them up and puts them everywhere on social media and all that kind of stuff. She's just joined her university's Jiu-Jitsu sorority, so shout out to her.
That's badass.
Yeah, it's legit. Additional as well. Did you see Mickey Gall absolutely trolling the out of everybody in the MMA community?
What did he do? I didn't see it.
Oh, he posted on Instagram a picture of himself. Bear in mind, it was when he didn't have a goatee because he's now got a powerful mustache and goatee. Powerful. It looks like it's stuck on with glue. I'm just saying. Nonetheless, anyway, he posted this picture and he was turning around and saying that, he revolutionized MMA and he's changed the game forever. Now you're seeing everybody doing call outs and people calling people out on social media and calling people out on Instagram and calling people out in the octagon every time they fight. And, all the interviewers turn around and ask, who do you want to fight next now? All because of him.
Okay. Okay.
Well, it's trolling. Yeah, it's just trolling. Like he can't seriously mean it.
Well, he's the guy that walks out to, "Oh, Mickey, you're so fine." Like, what do you expect? Like that being said,
UFC fucking promo to call out CM Punk.
God damn that! In hindsight, that was some sad shit.
That was what?
Huh?
That was what? Sorry.
In hindsight, I feel bad for CM Punk a little bit for what they did.
They should have gone with a little bit of a bullshit striker instead of, being the striker going, oh, here's this quite high, well, not high level, but this quite good grappler. Like, crack on.
Real quick, Joey's asking about who was talking about Walt Harris. Joey Tremendous says, what happened with Godbeer? Liam replied, with some folks whose fights get canceled get paid if they show up. So they don't.
Everything. He got paid everything.
Pay and win, or show and win?
You got pay and win.
Oh, good shit, dude.
Yeah, he put it on. I'm sure it was Twitter, but it might have been Instagram. But he got paid fight and win money because he had to take the bench. But another bit of breaking news: apparently they're scheduling that to be on 217.
Harris Godbeer.
Exactly.
Oh, good. What you get a 2-3 week camp? That's like 3 weeks from now.
Yeah, but the big boys, so it's not exactly like, make 165 guys.
Mm-hmm.
Make double your wage. Both of them have made double the money in a month. It's not bad fucking crack. Do you know what I mean?
Hey.
Walt Harris didn't walk out with any injuries or anything like that.
Yeah, meanwhile, what the fuck, Derek Lewis? Like, you knew your back was fucked up.
He's carrying people out of fucking Hurricane, what were it, Katrina? Or not Hurricane Katrina, what the fuck am I talking about?
We're back to 2008.
Yeah, sorry, bro. I feel like fucking Kanye West.
Hurricane Harvey.
Yeah, sorry, my Apologies, but yeah, he was carrying fucking folks into his fucking truck. Like,
yo, Liam said Harris got 6 figures for Verdum.
I want 6 figures to fight for Doom.
Yeah, but he got 6 figures. Hey, good for fucking Walt Harris, man. Goddamn. Anyway,
both of them, like at the end of the
for
day,
sure,
they definitely couldn't have gone better for them in a way.
Oh, for sure. Anyway, but Derek Lewis, man, like, I hope he fucking gets that back figured out. You know what I mean?
I think that there's been a lot of stress you've got to take out with the hurricane and everything. There's been a lot of things that have been going on outside of MMA for him. So I give him a pass. You have to, come on, man. If I turn around and said to you right now, there's a hurricane, are you going to, like, for 2 weeks before your training camp, or like 2 weeks before you compete, sorry, in December, and there's a fucking hurricane and shit, and you're having to fucking carry people and put them in the back of your truck and stuff like that, and like help people and stuff, and your entire fucking state's flooded and nearly fucking, it's fucked up, man. And then you're going to go and
I'm looking at his Twitter trying to see if he's like said anything, but he hasn't said shit.
Yeah, he's probably like, fuck, my back hurts. Do you know what I mean? The last time I carry a bitch to the back of my truck.
Here's something interesting. Liam put in the comment section, he says, rumor has it Lewis canceled because he didn't want to get tested post-fight. Are you serious?
Get the fuck out of here.
I don't know about that, man.
That sounds like some fucking MMA latest news bullshit. Get the fuck out of here with that noise.
MMA latest. Oh. Is that dude still doing MMA shit? I haven't seen any of his stuff or his Twitter.
What's his name? Jim.
Yeah, Jim.
Yeah,
Jim fuck off. We'll go Jim fuck off on that.
Yeah, that fucking Toad's doing some shit. I don't know, but all I know is I can't deal with that fucking fake bullshit.
Yeah.
It is what it is, ladies and gentlemen. You know what is the irony is like there's a few people who I know that work, and you do obviously do too, that are journalists that work for different companies and stuff that are really, really cool. It's just a shame that some suck dick. I'm just saying.
Oh, Liam heard it on a podcast.
No, that ain't true.
Okay, it's yeah, all right. Well, yeah, probably not true. I don't know what the hell he would be tested positive for. I mean, fuck. Like
weed.
Yeah, maybe weed. You never know. Yeah, the thing about journalists and stuff is we got to be honest. There's not a lot of them left in MMA media. Certainly not in sports, but MMA media. For example, there's a lot of weird shit going on with First Amendment shit these days. Like, did you hear about? This is going a little bit off topic, but you hear about Jamel Hill? Well, do you know who she is?
No.
Okay, Jamel Hill. I think it's Jamel Hill. She is part of a 2-person team that do what's called the Six. It's a Sports Center show on ESPN. Okay. And it's her and I see if I can't remember his name. Whatever. Something Smith. I forget his name. Anyway, she is African American, right? Okay. And she has been very outspoken about all that's been going on with the taking the knee and all that shit, right? So she got suspended not too long ago. I forgot what she said. She just got suspended again. She just got suspended again for tweeting about Jerry Jones and another knee thing, right? But here's my point: is that she didn't say anything inflammatory, right? But ESPN didn't like what she said, so instead of respecting her First Amendment right to have her own social media and say what she wants, they suspended her for some stupid shit. So it's, as far as journalists go, it's changed. The landscape in that is changing to where the fact that I can't call, there's very few people I can call journalists in MMA now, right? There's almost none of them. And this is going to sound really bad, but very few journalists are left. It's mostly promo pieces. If that makes sense. Promotion. These guys are literally promo, promo people, promo agents, just promotions assistants almost.
Do you think though as well that that's due, especially with MMA, this is what I'm kind of focal pointing towards. Mm-hmm. But do you think that's because, again, MMA is so very young that, there's only, one show in town and it's still very wild, wild west. It's not a league. It's not a league. This is we can talk about the UFC is the pinnacle of MMA. 100% agree with you. It's the biggest by far. Mm-hmm. But we all know, and if you don't, come on, lads, take your heads for a shit. We all know that the rankings do not reflect actual positioning of where people should be. You know, no matter how many people like it or not, Khabib should not be in the top 3. No matter how many people like it or not, Nate should not be in the top 6. This is pure facts. If you know, I don't think, you know, in a sense, like Conor should be in the top 5 for the pound for pound list. You know, that's just my opinion.
Okay.
You shouldn't. You don't defend your title.
Right, you're right.
Don't get it. So anyway, until rankings matter, the UFC is not realistically a league. It's a promotion. It's no different than if Golden Boy said, right, we're going to get all of our Golden Boy fighters to fight each other. It's no different. We're going to say this one's the best because he's beaten the most people, and we're going to call him the champion. Everybody else is below him, and we're going to say, yo, you know, everybody who trains at every, you know, Golden Boy training gym, they're going to turn around and say, right, you all pick who you think is where in the rankings after every pay-per-view. That's what it is. This is what we're talking about right now.
No, you're right. Yeah. And the thing, it's funny because the real journalists in MMA get shunned. You know what I mean? And then everyone else is just another like promotions assistant for fucking the UFC and for Dana White. You know what I mean? Like, you know, I mean, obviously the big one is the one guy with the 8-hour, 1-hour show, right? That dude was getting paid by the UFC, and you know, indirectly, but yeah, he was getting paid by the UFC technically, Zuffa checks and all that. And he's like, "Oh, Fox was Zuffa's giving me a check." Like, no, Fox was paying you. Fox will give you a check. They're pretty fucking big, dude. Pretty sure. But regardless, it's all promotions pieces, right? They're the ones who just help promote the sport, and I get that. But to call yourself a journalist to me is like ridiculous. If that's what you do, you know what I mean?
100%
and especially with the clickbaity people, the MMA latest and the fucking import people and the fucking unfortunately BJ Penn and all that shit.
Saying that though, I have to say though that I do enjoy the pieces of Justin Golightly, who recently went over to BJ Penn.
I like him, and he went over there. I'm like, over there. I thought that was a legit pickup though for him to go over there. I like Justin, so that's cool. Oh, Liam says, "Oh, knuckle up." Okay. So where he heard the rumor about Lewis, about Derek Lewis, it was on Knuckle Up. That's Eugene Robinson, who's actually pretty fucking entertaining. If you guys ever watch that shit, you'll have a good laugh. Eugene goes out there with shit, so it's always fun to watch. That being said, it's just.
No, I was just going to say the thing is for me at the end of the day is I think until it's a legitimate league and it's not a boys' club, you know, where you can't come in if you don't say nice things about us. Until that moment, the UFC is not the you know, a premier sports league. You can't. Nobody will ever turn around and say it's like the NBA, like the NFL, you know, the Premier League, whatever you want to reference. It's just not going to be until that moment. So that's the problem with the whole journalistic thing, because people, unless you're saying something nice about the UFC or promoting the UFC, you're not getting a sniff.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So you know the MMA Journalists Association? People keep bugging me on Twitter asking me, "Are you going to join that?" I go, "No." I'm going to take that back. I would join if you guaranteed me a face-to-face meeting with the old boys club, and I mean all of them. You know who I'm talking about. So I could tell them all to go fuck themselves, and then challenge each one to a role. Right? No points. 30-minute round, submissions only. Okay, and I would just crank shit. Right? Luckily, Luke Thomas didn't join the association because I would not roll with Luke Thomas. You see how big he is? That dude is huge. That guy's a fucking light heavyweight, like a light heavyweight, but he's a light heavyweight. That's a big boy. Like when Dana White said Nate's almost as big as you, I was like, get the fuck out of here with that shit. I go, Luke is twice the size of Nate. What the fuck are we talking about? Anyway, but that's the only way. So I could actually like tell them into their face and go fuck themselves.
I've got a question for you as well, because this is going fucking off topic. So you know, is what it is, guys. Quick one though. And what did you think to Lonzo Ball's father, LeVar Ball, being called the worst parent ever in sports?
What? I would say go look at gymnast parents. Why don't you go do that, motherfuckers? Go look at Olympic kids or Olympic athletes who have been pushed and fucking pulled and made to do Olympic sports from their kids so their parents could have a child in the Olympics. Go talk to those motherfucking assholes. Because I have friends. I know girls who were on a couple girls on the Olympic team back when I was in fucking high school and shit. And they were in the Olympic team before that, right? They were like 15, 16-year-olds. And their parents would fuck them. Like, they're mentally fucked because of that. Not just physically, but mentally. You know what I mean? But it was fucking ridiculous. Like, no, fuck no, he's not the worst parent. All right. If anything, LeVar Ball has put himself, and people are gonna hate me for this, but LeVar Ball has put himself in front of the firing squad that is the court of public opinion for his boys. If that's not a real father, you can get the fuck out of here with that shit. That guy's taking all the bullets. That's why, when NFL guys and NBA guys are buying those shoes, those ZO2s, those like obscenely priced shoes, by the way, get the fuck out. But regardless, he's doing things that no one else is doing for his boys. Okay? Like, say what you want about him. That guy, he went out of his way for his kids, and everyone's like, "Oh, he's trying to he wants to be famous. He wants to be a media guy. He wants to be in front of in front of the cameras and everything." Fair enough. Say what you want about that. But LeVar Ball might be the most hated person on the planet. Okay. Meanwhile, Lonzo Ball's being celebrated. You know what I mean?
I agree.
Think about it. It's almost ingenious. I'm gonna be in the fucking spotlight saying all this awful shit, but my boy's playing point guard for the Lakers. He's a starting point guard. What's good? Okay. And he's doing well. All right. And guess what? He's not getting much heat. Because no one's going to give him shit because of what his dad says. There's no way. Some NBA players will be like, "Yeah, I'm going to go after him." Look, if you're in the NBA and you don't go after everybody every single night, regardless, you're not that passionate about basketball.
And let's be honest, if you see a rookie in front of you, you look at him like dinner. You look at him like dinner.
Oh, dude. Like, and mind you, look, I'm not a Lonzo Ball fan. Lonzo Ball played for UCLA, who plays in the Pac-12, which is the same school, same league as my alma mater is, the University of Arizona. So fuck UCLA and Lonzo Ball for that reason only.
Of course.
And now he plays for the Lakers, who are in my Phoenix Suns division. So fuck Lonzo Ball for that reason.
Yeah.
But not because of his dad. I don't give a fuck what his dad said. You know what I mean? So no, he's not the worst parent ever. That being said, it's questionable what he's doing with the other one. The other one's too young to have a Lambo and all this shit. Okay, go ahead.
He got pulled out of, not pulled out, sorry. Let me rephrase that. He is being taken out of public education because he feels that Melo Ball will be better served being educated outside of public school so that he can focus on his academics and also his basketball career.
Look, here's the thing about that is we don't know the specifics of homeschool. Is he going to get a tutor or pay, legit teacher to come in and teach him all day? Fair enough. Mind you, homeschooling's been around forever. And by the way, not the first guy to do this. Okay? Yeah. Parents have pulled their kids out of school and put them in private school for years, forever. Okay? He's not the first guy. He just the loudest motherfucker to do it. Okay? Look, you go to any big high school, big basketball high school in the States, you will see 1, 2, maybe 5 dads and or moms who are screaming at the coach to put their kid in, who are screaming at the other kids on the same team to pass the ball to their kid. Okay? It's not new. The only difference is LeVar Ball has a spotlight on him. Okay? I guarantee there's way worse parents than LeVar Ball out there.
100%. The other thing is people, this is the one that really, I was just like, I can't even comprehend what these people are trying to say, is the fact that they were trying to claim that by taking him out, it would be bad for LaMelo Ball's communicational skills with people. Like him being taken out of, public schooling would affect him as a person. And I was like, he's been in high school, he's been in, secondary school, whatever you call it, elementary or whatever you guys call it, whatever it is. He's been educated through all these. He's had vast amounts of interaction with people on a public basis. Like, what difference is it going to be that, he's 16 now and for 2 years, he's not going to be in a college or high school. What difference is that going to make when he's already had it for 16 years of his life?
You see what I'm trying to
do? You like Jeremy Lin.
No, forget Jeremy. That's almost racist. No, remember Brendan Schaub's meme, that the skeptical lizard or whatever it was? That's me. That's me. I'm skeptical. All you motherfuckers. I know, right?
Shit, bro.
I could use it right now, but I still gotta go make it to jiu-jitsu today. So yeah, it's not happening. But that's just me being skeptical of all you motherfuckers saying that shit. You guys are idiots. Okay. Really, I mean, he's as social. Look, if LaMelo Ball was 5 years old, I'll give you that 100%. Like, as a child, you need that interaction. If he was in 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th grade, you're completely right. You're in high school. He's 2 years away from legally being an adult. Okay, he's got a lot of friends, some fake, some real, probably. Okay, he's gonna be around a lot of people. No, at the same time, you know what? Fuck all that argument. Let's just go with this. Okay, if you think it's worse for him to be pulled out of school socially, right, in the social skills aspect, you think being pulled out of school is worse than what he's doing now, which is being a celebrity? I mean, how many celebrities do we know, like child stars, that are crazy now, or that went crazy? Like Lindsay Lohan. Lindsay Lohan went nuts. You want to talk about a social experiment gone wrong? Lindsay Lohan. Even worse. Okay, you know what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying, right? Like the only child stars that I've seen that I can think of off the top of my head that seem to be turned out okay-ish. They're alive and they're not in the news for doing crazy shit. Like the Olsen twins. You know what I mean?
They were crack addicts.
Were they really?
Yo, are you kidding me? Allegedly, one of them killed fucking shit, I forgot his name now. Oh my god, Heath Ledger.
I stand corrected. They might be crazy. I don't know. Here's the thing. I don't pay attention to Hollywood, dude.
Shit. Yeah, they were like, the one person who I would say that's been, like a child star and, went up and up and up and up, that did manage to not go crazy. Justin Timberlake. A lot of people forget.
Justin Timberlake also fucked the shit out of Britney Spears and realized he got crazy on his dick and ran. Okay? Justin Timberlake was smart. He got away. Okay? Yeah. Okay? That was
crazy on his dick and ran away. Yo, that's so fucked up.
I'm just telling you, he got crazy on his dick and he ran away. He's like, fuck that shit. I know better. I know better than that.
The point being is he was a Disney child and he ended up, being like an alright guy. The only fucked up thing that he did was buy MySpace, which was stupid, but still.
Why? Fire your financial advisor, Justin. Hire me. You know what I'll tell you to do? Say that shit.
Did you see what he actually did though? When he's got something, I don't know, like 10, 20 million on Twitter. He said on Twitter, "I am no longer going to be tweeting. Follow me." It was like his last tweet. I know he's come back now, but his last tweet was like, "But join MySpace and I will open my messages once so that when you follow me, like become friends with me on MySpace, I will reply to you guys if you send me a message."
He got a slew of dick pics, right? For sure.
Hey. Probably did, but I'm betting you my house right here and now, the fake wall and everything. He will have got titty pics.
Oh, for sure.
Booty pics.
Sure.
Yeah, but he didn't fucking reply back. He'll have had a team.
Hell no.
He was just there like, thank you. Wow, that's a big day.
He got interns on that shit. That's what happened. Yeah, dude, I don't know. First of all, my only interaction with Hollywood or consumption of Hollywood, any kind of Hollywood news, is when I go see a movie and maybe Snapchat. Like Snapchat has those like little slide, you slide to the left or whatever, and you get some of that shit on there. Like that's the only reason I knew that Kim Kardashian was like upset about her butt. I thought that was funny as hell. Which, by the way, if you don't think most of your celebrity like girls like don't have doctor pictures, like Santa Claus ain't real either. So you better fucking get used to that shit. Kim Kardashian has a nasty ass. Hate if you want to. Get mad.
Just to pull up something a little sideways as well, because I've just sent you this just in case you hadn't seen it. Have you seen Shane McMahon at Hell in the Cell?
I'm trying to click on this thing. It's not coming up. Oh, here we go.
Yo, just so people who don't know, Shane McMahon.
He did not do. Oh my god!
Yeah.
Why would he do that? You know the second time he does that. First of all,
second time in 6 months. He jumped off last night at Hell in the Cell. If you're not aware of Hell in the Cell is a structure that they put around pro wrestling rings made out of fencing and steel. It's 40, bearing this in mind, 40 foot high. Now, I don't care what any of you guys say. You may be able to break your fall when you do jiu-jitsu, which is somebody throwing you. You may be even able to do it when you're jumping off something that's 5-10 feet high and you jump forward. I get that. This gentleman jumped off a 40-foot high structure onto a table. And just so that you're aware, he is currently in hospital with broken ribs, 2 dislocated shoulders, and neck issues, severe neck issues. So when people say, yo, this wrestling's fake, bro, predetermined, yes. But
by the way,
yes.
Yeah. By the way, whoever pulled the fat guy off a table, just say fat dude's like, who's the fat guy?
Kevin Owens, but yeah.
He looked like he struggled a little bit to get off the table. He barely got out the way in time though. Holy shit! Why would you do that, dude? By the way, you can see under the table they put padding on there, like that's gonna fucking help. Like that was, bruh.
If you watch, you actually see Shane McMahon bounce.
Yeah.
The actual wood.
He bounces, rolls, goes on his fucking hands, and you can just see, like, if you scroll to the next one, like they zoom in on his face, it's so red. It's just red from the impact. God damn.
40-foot drop.
Can you imagine if he landed on the fat guy?
But that was never going to happen, obviously.
Right, but if he did, like it was this close. It was like Kirby says, it was a cut hair close. Okay, it was that fucking close. The fuck, wow, bruh. Yo, why you fuckers doing this shit? You better be getting paid millions.
He's the son of the actual owner,
right?
Of the WWE.
Shane O'Mac. He's got the money fucking song. I remember. So you know what? Hey, by the way, homeboy's been hanging out with John Cena, but he's big.
Yo, he's a big jiu-jitsu guy.
I know that.
Big races is
he trains jits and he trains Muay Thai a lot.
Yeah, I know he does Muay Thai as well, but I can't remember which Gracie Academy he's with.
Probably Henzo.
I don't think it's Henzo because I don't think it was New York.
It's like Henzo trains all the fucking famous guys. So
I can't remember who it was. It's on his Instagram.
Henner?
So if
it's Henner.
But
all right. Regardless, why Shane O'Mac? Why
40-foot drop?
Hey man, I hope that's worth it. I hope the money was worth it, man. God damn. You couldn't find some other idiot to jump out the fucking cage?
They're not willing to pay anybody else to jump off the fucking cage.
The only other person that's insane enough to do that is fucking oh shit, Mankind? Is that him?
Mankind ran off and jumped off, yeah.
Well, he's a fucking maniac, so yeah, okay.
But I just love the fact that Eddie's so into this moment.
Dude. Oh my god! There's a slow fucking Mo version of this shit. And fat guy gets pulled. What's his name?
Kevin Owens.
Kevin gets fucking pulled off the fucking table. Oh my god, that's the most perfect timing in the history of everything. Like, there's never been more perfect timing ever.
I haven't watched the Twitter moment because obviously I've watched it live. I'm just gonna go onto it to look onto it now. If you're on Twitter, go and check Shane McMahon. It's on the Twitter moments. Did Shane McMahon jump for the top of the Hell in a Cell? Yeah, the first video that you see of him flying off the top, there's one that's further out. I don't know if it's on this or not. Yo, that I think it's like from Roth the Reporter. You see how high that actually is.
That's fucking retarded. Yo, you see the urgency? Like little skinny guy, what's his name? The skinny guy that pulled him off. Salmon? Okay, Salmon. That dude.
Sammy, like Sammy.
Oh, Sammy, like Sammy? Okay, yes, Sammy, got it. So Sammy, I thought you said salmon. I'm like, all right, salmon. All right, powerful parents. Sammy fucking had the oh shit. He had the oh shit face as he's pulling Kevin off the fucking table. Like, oh my god, I almost fucked up. God damn, dude.
This is why you should watch pro wrestling.
This Kevin Owens guy, he saw every cheeseburger he had ever in his life just flash before his eyes. Like, oh shit, I should have done more sit-ups. Like,
You want to know something interesting about Kevin Owens?
What's up?
When he first started wrestling, and he started wrestling in the States, he didn't know any English whatsoever. The only way he knew any English was from watching pro wrestling and the commentators saying certain things during wrestling matches.
Wait, Kevin Owens?
He's Canadian.
That's the only way he learned English?
French.
So he's French. So he's okay, got it. Okay. I was gonna say, I know they speak English in Canada. I mean, don't get me wrong on that shit.
No. He's French Canadian.
Gotcha.
His first language was obviously French, and he didn't know any English when he started wrestling, but he only knew the words for moves because of obviously, any words or anything that was said by wrestling commentators through the years in watching wrestling. That's the only way he knew English, and that's how he's learned English.
Hey man, that's all good. I learned English from watching Terminator movies, but I learned mostly the cuss words.
I was gonna say, like, I'll be back's not that much of a fucking leap, bro.
Yeah, dude, holy shit, you crazy motherfucker.
Right, so have we officially established that you're going to start watching pro wrestling so that we can do a pro wrestling like after?
Dude, I don't have time for that shit, bro. I'm sorry.
Oh, you're breaking my heart here. You're breaking my heart like Kevin.
Dude, my time is for. I mean, most of my time is taken up doing podcasts. Let's be honest. I watch fights. I do podcasting. I watch a couple NBA games. Sundays are between football and like 2K, and then literally fill every other second with work and like jiu-jitsu and CrossFit. That's all I do. Like, I rarely watch TV. Although, real quick, if you're on Netflix and you're not watching Ozarks, you're fucking up. All right, go ahead.
I am going to watch that, by the way. And if you're not watching Rick and Morty, fuck you.
Rick and Morty's the shit. Pickle Rick. Pickle Rick is my favorite thing. Sorry. Anyway, go ahead.
I just love the controversy in the States that people were rioting because they didn't have the sauce.
Oh, fucking what's it called? Fuck.
There's sense I can't remember what the fuck it's called. But yeah, the Mulan sauce.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, they sent 20 packs per store, and not all the stores got any at all.
Really?
They sent 20 little packs, like little packs.
Okay. I think we're thinking different things here. Let me look this up real quick.
Yo, it's on the. They've actually come out and said they're going to be sending out more to all the McDonald's. But they basically the sauce from Rick and Morty, if you're not aware, everybody's been pandering for it, even though you can buy it.
Oh, that's right. Okay, now you're right. Yeah. Okay, they only sent little 20 pack. What did you think? It wasn't going to be fucking. It wasn't going to be like popular.
Yeah, they apparently thought there was only 20 Rick and Morty fans in every town.
This guy says, I waited for McDonald's Schwan sauce and it was fine. The Rick and Morty sauce.
Yeah, it's literally like there were hundreds of people queuing at certain stores and there was none. Some places had to get the police because people were kicking off. But
by the way, Americans that are doing this shit, you're making us look bad. Fuck you guys. Seriously. Every single one of you that waited in line for this. Every single one of you fucking assholes that waits in line at Black Friday. Every one of you dickwads that waits overnight for like a week or two for the iPhone. Fuck every single one of you. Like, fuck you. In my opinion, real quick, in my opinion, every single one of those fucking assholes is the least patriotic motherfucker on the planet.
I'd personally like to say fuck you, America, for the Black Friday because I work in retail. And, when they first introduced Black Friday over in the UK, like 4 years ago, probably one of the worst days of my life. I've never seen English people fight over a fucking toaster. Never. A fucking toaster.
I've gone to one Black Friday thing. It was at a Best Buy here. It was like when Black Friday became a huge thing, and they fucking tried to break through the doors. They ran in. There was a bunch of these little like. First of all, there was like laptops. They were selling for like $100, brand new laptops. But if you look at the specs, they were shit. They were total dog shit. Like you're better off like buying or spending the extra money for one that's gonna last you a while, right? And I saw one dude like wrestle this other guy for one, and then the guy that he was trying to wrestle the laptop from somehow it came out of his hands, and somebody else grabbed it and took off running. Like, so you fought for nothing. There's been so many like trampolines. People have gotten fucking killed for that shit.
Yeah.
So yeah, dude, seriously, faith in humanity gets mauled every fucking year on that after Thanksgiving.
I forgot what I was going to say about 2K, NBA 2K, because we rarely get to talk about it. Yo,
real quick, Liam I think Liam's talking about the Friday thing. Black Friday, he goes, it was a shit idea to start that here. 100%. So 2K,
absolute dog shit. What were you saying, sir?
2K, you're talking about 2K?
Yo, I'm happy again.
Why?
Because I found that fucking easy glitch. I'm just
the rookie glitch
and having fun. I'm just playing the game and having fun now. I'm not even taking that shit seriously.
Yeah, so I tried it twice, and where I kept fucking up is oh wow, John Bones Jones just posted on Instagram. Okay. Anyway, no, it's him and his brother in Miami, but I don't know why people are all about it. Anyway, sorry. Yeah, fucking I tried it twice, and where I kept fucking up is I kept forfeiting the 5-on-5, but I also forfeited the practice. And you have to get an F on that.
Yeah, you have to get an F in the first
practice. I did it twice, and then went back and reread your instructions. I'm like, oh, no fucking shit. So again, angrily, I went through the 45-minute fucking cutscene shit. Got the F on that. I went back, and it's right there. I'm like, oh, baller. So.
You know what? I've just got to say, I've been the fucking plug for you. Legit, when it comes to finding you like glitches and fucking cool little pieces on 2K, I'm in a fucking G. I'm just throwing it out there.
Yeah, and goddamn Ronnie 2K patching up the fucking clothing thing. Okay, I'm not a 2000, with a VC whatever for a fucking sweatshirt is stupid.
Yeah, but for people who don't know, on NBA 2K18, there was a glitch that I'd found that basically if you went into a store, said that you wanted things, and then said you wanted to wear them out. You went out of it as if you weren't going to buy it, went to another store, and then you went for some headphones, did the same thing. As soon as you said that you wanted to wear them, come out, you'd actually be wearing the clothes. It'd glitch, and it'd actually have you wearing them in the store. I
did that a bunch. I just kept buying clothes. They're still on the other one, but that one's on like hard, so I don't really feel like playing that right now. Yo, Ian McCall granted release on UFC contract. Did he ask for it?
In fairness, he's nearly been dying every time he's tried to fight, so.
Well, for sure go after Rise and do some steroids and get to 135.
I don't want to see him die. This is the thing.
I'll be fair. I don't want to see him fight anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
But that's just me.
It's going to be one of those weird things, though. It's like you were saying about the weight cutting and stuff, like the whole Kevin Lee situation and whatnot, I just hope that people just stop all this bullshit, man. That's the other thing. Like, the UFC will never be considered a league until.
And here's the thing: I don't know. People always, we can stop this weight cut shit. People need to stop it. It's ridiculous to cut that weight, right? But to ask a fighter to not cut weight, look, if you make a 165 division and expect guys like Kevin Lee to move up, like Tony Ferguson, who also cuts a shitload of weight, okay? You expect those guys to move up, they're going to be like, yeah, right, we're going to let everyone else move up, and now it's going to be a little easier to get to a title shot here.
With that same thing said, though, what if they implemented the walk around?
The California State Athletic Commission thing.
Yes.
No, that's an idea. Like, okay, yeah, go ahead and add whatever weight categories you want. By the way, I fully support. I support 165 now because I'm sick of fucking 155 missing weight. But I definitely support something between 185 and 205. And in my opinion, something between 205 and heavyweight.
So 225.
Like a 225-ish, right? And then, hope guys will fucking fight at their normal walk-around weight. But the walk-around weight thing it's going to cost money. It's going to be hard to enforce. But if you can pull it off.
I don't think it has to be necessarily like their actual walk-around weight. I think it just needs to be that thing of you need to consistently.
It's a percentage.
You need to. It's a thing that'll be done over a year. You need to have. When you just. This is what they need to do. They need to send somebody with USADA who does a weigh-in. So when they take them, you go and get weighed. At the same time, you go and get a piss test. So you go and have your piss test, and then you get weighed. So then when we find you at your average weight over the course of a year, and then we go, right, what category are you fighting at? Well, you're only allowed to be 10% above, whatever weight category you're in. If you're any more than 10% additional to that, you can't be in that weight category anymore. Because then you're forcing them to stay, in a sense, you're forcing them to stay leaner, but it's better for them to maintain that and then cut down easier rather than letting them bulk and then cutting.
Yeah, no, and look, I'm with you. It's gonna be hard to fucking get that even implemented. I mean, I don't know. So many things they haven't talked about in a while, like the Ali Act they haven't talked about in a while, and
that's because Conor's going, isn't it? Conor's going in November.
Did he confirm he's going, or because there was talks of him going, and then there's people saying he's going?
Camp said that he's going, so he's not confirmed it, but his camp have said that he's going.
Look, I fucking hope so, man. Like,
no other man in this fucking God's green earth is gonna make it happen other than him.
I thought for sure for a while was Rousey too. Now that she got KO'd twice, that's funny, right? She gets knocked out twice, and her opinion isn't as valid anymore.
I think if she was still fighting and we knew she was going to keep on fighting, I think it would. I think even if she came back and she did it anyway, it'd still make a difference. I just think, though, that it's only diminished because we know she's probably not going to fight ever again.
Yeah, that's probably true. Real quick, Liam says, talking about Ian McCall, Liam says he was demanding $100K per fight. UFC said, fuck off. Joey Tremendous says, $100K? Fuck off indeed. Liam says he thinks Ryzen will pay it. Good luck with that, dude. Yeah, fuck no, we're not paying Ian McCall to fucking miss weight. I mean, Ian McCall to $100K to fight. No one's gonna pay him that. No. Anyway, sorry. But look, if Conor makes that happen, dude, it's fucking respect. Like if he goes in there, just for him going there as being the biggest name in MMA today, just him showing up and speaking to them is huge.
How red on a scale of 1 to bloodshot do you think Dana White would go seeing that image of fucking Conor walking into an office to discuss the Ali Act?
Dana White will be texting him like every day. He's probably already been texting him since they made that announcement, going, please, Conor, 10 million just for you not to go. Him or Ari Golden or something. If that Ali Act passes, you think Dana White quits?
Yes.
He says, "Fuck it, this is gonna be a headache now."
Yeah, well, yeah. I'm surprised he didn't quit already.
And you know what's to me what's a big telltale sign? And tell me, and correct me if I'm wrong. The Fertitta brothers sold the rest of their shares, right?
Yeah, but they had to keep those shares because they needed to be involved for X amount of months whilst they did the transition.
Right. But I mean, to me, that's telling. I think they see it coming too.
Some people are saying though that they think that they're waiting for what were they called now? Endeavor, right? They're waiting for Endeavor to kind of go, oh, we're not really doing that well here. We might just sell it, and then the fucking Fertittas will come back in and get it for the cheap.
Hey,
there's that rumor I've been hearing that a lot of people are saying that, like, look, they're gonna just be like, look, we'll sell you it, we'll take a loss, but
yo, they can get it for like $2 billion, like Clippers money.
That is insane, isn't it?
Half price, dude. That'd be pretty crazy. Okay, real quick, just because I know we've been going for a while now, but on the UFC 216, what fight of the night, Lando Venata versus Bobby Green.
That fight was insane.
Brawl.
That was a draw.
No, brawl.
No, I'm just saying it was a draw though.
I thought Bobby Green won that fight.
Nah, because the first round obviously was a 9-9.
What the knee? But by the way, the knee didn't land, motherfuckers. That was all thigh or leg. That being said, the foul still counted.
Yeah, I was gonna say because the thigh is still you're using that shot. Your intention was there.
Right. No, so I mean, like I was okay with the point taking, but seeing the replay, you're like, ooh, that didn't even land. That kind of sucks.
Well, it was high, so it was like if it was 1 inch lower, it would have been his knee. So that's like saying,
no, you're right.
John Jones hits Matt Hamill with his forearm once when he does one of those 12-6 elbows. Are we gonna be like, oh, we hit him with the forearm though? We didn't hit him with the actual elbow. No, it's the intent. It's still there.
Gotcha. No, I got you. No, I agree. Yeah, but that fight was fucking fire. I hope they rematch that shit. I enjoyed the fuck out of that.
9-9, second one for Groovy, and then third for Bobby. Bobby almost finished it though, legit.
Yeah. I thought he had it. I thought he had it. I like that performance out of Bobby Green because he's had kind of not shit performances, but he's got beat kind of bad recently.
He's fought some good talent though. He's fought some good guys. Just important.
Yeah, and to go back to the Ferguson Lee fight, I remember you and I were talking about this before in the pre-fight. Is the level of opponent that Ferguson's fought and the level of opponent that Kevin Lee's fought? My opinion, it showed. It definitely showed, in my opinion. Ferguson's fought some killers. Not that Kevin Lee hasn't, but not the same level that Ferguson has. You know what I mean? So I think that showed. Do you agree with that?
It was funny seeing Lee's reaction afterwards. I think he knew afterwards. Because
sure.
I think he realized that this was a great opportunity, and he thought he was a lot better than he showed.
By the way, Kevin Lee's walkout is now one of my favorites.
I can't even remember what his walkout was.
Oh, forget the song. The song's part of it too. It's called First Day Out. But it hits hard, and he's walking out like, "Bob, motherfucker!" Yeah, he's like fucking pumped. I love that. It's just
the shoulder stays still when somebody's trying to put Vaseline on you, though, eh?
Yeah, no, chill the fuck out there, Kevin. Goddamn.
That was the one moment I was like, yo, you don't get cut, bro.
Like, too hype, motherfucker. Too hype. Chill the fuck out.
God damn. On that note, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to wrap this one up. Just want to give a shout out to sponsors. Bane, all your jiu-jitsu athletic apparel. You can get your spats, your rash guards, all that beautiful good stuff for when you want to roll, or if you want to just go running or any form of training you want to do. It's all jiu-jitsu inspired, so you can see all the cool artwork. That's at bainstore.com. That's BAIN store.com, and use the code word the heel hook for 10% off. Secondly, the OGs of our sponsors, Receptra, RECEPTRA, naturals.com, RECEPTRA global.com if you're in the United Kingdom. Use the code with the heel hook for all your CBD oils, your topicals, your body butters, all that good stuff. It's actually been taken off the ban list by USADA, so UFC athletes can actually use CBD now, which is an awesome bit of news. It helps so much with inflammation. It helps with anxiety, helps with your bodily functions as well. So it's just a great thing to use for your health. I can't recommend it higher enough. So go over to Receptra, get your CBD oils, get your topicals, body butters, and all that good stuff at receptranaturals.com, RECEPTRA, naturals.com if you're in the States. If you're in Europe, then you want to go to receptraglobal.com, which is RECEPTRA global.com, and use the code with the heel hook for 10% off bitches. Yeah, where can they find you at, Eddie?
All right, find me on Twitter at Ela31, on Instagram at Ela7, Snapchat Ela52, and shout out to Liam and Joey Tremendous in the chat. Appreciate you guys coming on and shooting the shit. And by the way, don't forget, this week we have the saddest of sad moments coming up.
What?
Rico Berhoon's gonna fuck Bigfoot up.
Oh shit! I forgot that's this week. Yo,
that's this week, bro. All right.
That'll be on this. Is that the Friday or the Saturday?
I want to say, I don't know. It's in China, so I'm assuming, depending on this, I don't know. Fucking usually those are Saturdays.
Yo, if the timing is right, can we do like a live little thing?
Maybe. It depends on what time it is.
Reactions. Yo, we could do live reactions to Rico.
You want to see my reaction? The entire fight's gonna be like this. God damn it! No! Don't do it, Rico! Don't do it to him!
You're on Bigfoot.
Yeah, no, look, yeah, man, let's figure out the timing, this week before, but that's this week. So RIP Bigfoot. Please pull some crazy underdog shit, all right? Because I don't want to see you die.
Oh,
goddamn.
Days, Bigfoot by family. Bigfoot by family.
Yeah. Other than that, crossbonesmma.com, ladies and gentlemen, the podcasts are all there, and also on iTunes at Crossbones MMA Radio.
And with that said, you can find me at Just As Official on Snapchat. That's Just As Official on Snapchat. Also on Twitter, you can find me at Ashley Lamprey. That's ASHLEYLAMPREY. You can find The Heel Hook Show on Twitter. You can find it at The Heel Hook Show. And you can find it on iTunes, SoundCloud, and that's The Heel Hook. You can also find us at twitch.tv/The Heel Hook, where me and Eddie never play on video games. But we are going to, don't worry. We're playing a bit more on there. But yeah, man, just want to give a shout out to all you guys for tuning in today. You know, we appreciate all the love and support. Don't forget to drop this a like, tell your friends and whatnot. And if you missed any of this, obviously go over to iTunes and SoundCloud, or go back and watch this, and you can catch it whenever you like. From me and Eddie, this has been the Heel Hook. Peace up. A-Town down. We out.